Greetings, John, preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ here today on this beautiful day that God has made, that we are thankful for. And so we give thanks unto the Lord our God, our Creator, who made us and every day, and his new mercies every day for those that will reach out to him and surrender themselves to him. And he gives back bountifully, wonderfully, filling us as we open our mouths to him, our hearts to him, as we open ourselves to be filled by the living God. He fills us indeed with his substance, with his love, with his wisdom that's available for the believer. So may you be a believer today if you are not. And if you are, may you continue in that faith and that faithfulness by the blessings of God, by his Spirit that keeps you. May the Lord keep you as you strive to be his indeed, with your participation, with all your willingness of your ready mind, with a heart that burns for the Lord, as you give him your all, as you burn for God in your heart, so that he, as he is a consuming fire, can transform you to become like him, more like him in your mind, in the doing of your hands, in your works, and in the results that you see, and in the goodness and the blessings that will overtake you if you so let it, if you so be his, an obedient son. Those that are obedient, those that obey what he says, those he calls his sons, those he calls love. Oh yeah, you love me. You love me. Not the others, not the hypocrites, not those that give lip service. So may we make that decision and commit to that and live it out and prove our praise. Today, I wanted to consider some epic matchups, some epic biblical battles. Right? We have Asahel versus Abner, and then we have Ahithophel versus Hushai. So these contenders, godly and ungodly, and Asahel versus Abner, they both died not well. Ahithophel versus Hushai, we have Hushai, who remained godly, who was godly. So first we have Asahel versus Abner. What do we get from these two people? They had a quick battle. Asahel made it as quick as he could. He hasted with his feet. It started off by them just two camps, two armies, two sides. And you have Judah, where David was reigning, and then Joab was the captain. They came to some body of water. They were resting, and then, oh, what do you know? Here comes the enemy camp. They're coming, and they're also here to draw water. It's the side that Saul was reigning over, but Saul died, and instead of relinquishing the kingdom, relinquishing control, yielding to David, who was ordained to be king, prophesied to be king, who God said was king, Abner said, I got this. I can control this part of the kingdom. Let me do it. But he knew that was not God's will. And yet he said, hey, it's in my hands. Let me do with it what I will. Let me see what I can do. And so Abner was, he was in control of a lot of things, although he was not the king. Ishbosheth, Saul's son, was the king, and Abner was really the main guy in charge. So here he is. He meets with Joab, the other captain, and they're both there drawing from the same body of water. And I think Joab makes the suggestion, hey, how about we play? And what about if we play a little game, a little deadly game, some kind of form of duel that they had with each one of their soldiers, pick out among you some men, and we'll pick out our men. And they fought, and they all died. They all killed each other. And that sparked a war. That sparked a battle, a conflict. Then everyone got up and started fighting each other. And Joab's side eventually won. They won out. And Joab was so focused, he was so driven, he was going to wipe them out. Until Abner shouted out and said, how long are we going to kill each other? We're brothers. And Joab said, oh, if you did not do that, I would have just wiped you guys all out. Thank you for stopping me. So that's how it ended. But before it ended, we have Asahel, who was a relative of Joab. And Asahel, he's got self-glory. He wants glory for himself. He's chasing Abner. He's really quick. He's fast. And so he's got strength. And Abner tells him, redirects him, saying, hey, chase someone else. Pick on someone your own size. Sometimes they say that because you're picking on someone smaller than you. But Abner is saying, hey, you don't want what I have. So Asahel, he does not listen. He does not hearken. He's got a warning, a fair warning, a generous warning from this guy who could just kill him. But instead of just killing him, he's considerate. He's considerate of other factors. Oh, a guy's trying to kill me. He's so wise. He's so powerful, Abner, that he can consider and say, wait, I could just kill him, but there's other factors to consider. How would this impact other relationships that I have? Political. He can think about what this means for the kingdom, with his rulership, with relationships that he knows are important, and he wants it to go a certain way. He doesn't want to sour the relationship, make it worse than it is. Even though Joab is an enemy, Abner's considerate. Okay, I don't want to make this too hostile. If I kill you, Joab would be like this toward me. He'd feel like this toward me. Very hateful toward me. I don't want to kill you, Asahel. I can. Especially, other men would just kill you right away because you're after my life. But Abner doesn't feel the threat. He's sober enough to think this through as he's running. And so Abner wins that battle between Asahel and Abner. Abner wins. And so, as Christians, we want to study these conflicts and extract these characters. Okay, what was he like that made him win? We should be like that, the winners, not the losers, right? We should be like that, like Abner, who was able to, even though he's running, in the midst of running, he's not caught up in the activity, in the momentum of it all. He's able to maintain an understanding of, what am I doing, right? As he's running, who am I? What should be done with this enemy that's chasing me? Let me talk to him. Hey, man, go somewhere else. You don't want this. Go somewhere else. There's many other people you can kill. Go kill them. I know you can kill people. Go kill him, okay? See ya. And Asahel, he's not like that. There's a warning for us when we see Asahel. He knows he's fast. He knows it. That's why he's going after Abner. Oh, Abner's running. I can overtake him. I'm faster than Abner. There's other things you want to consider, Asahel. No, I can do it. I'm faster. Wait. There's other things you want to consider. No, I'm faster than him. I'm better. Wait, that doesn't mean you're better. Asahel, where'd you go? He's gone already. Right? So that's what we bring up oftentimes here, right? Talking about going ahead. When the cloud of God is here, and then you've gone already. No, you go when the cloud goes. You go with God. You follow God. Follow. You don't lead, you follow. Jesus leads. You follow Jesus. So Asahel, he had strength. So we can be anointed. We can have strengths. We can have natural strengths or spiritual gifts. We can have some gifts of prophecy. You can have some gift of miracles. You can have some power of God. You may be able to evangelize very well, speak very well. You may be able to be industrious, do things, impress people. You may be, you have some kind of strength, whatever strength you have. But what are you going to do with it? Oh, I got this. Let me use it. Wait. Right? Wait. Consider. Wait. What does God say? Right? Consider. Right? Your relationships, your identity, God's calling on your life, God's plan for you. I know you got plans. I know you've got ideas. I know you can draft them up. I know there's things happening in your mind. This, and then I can prosper, and then next year I'll make more money, and then, yeah, God willing. God willing. And so Asahel, yeah, he should have inserted that into his process of thinking and fighting. Yeah, you're strong. Yeah, you're mighty. Yeah, you've killed people. But as you continue, you still want to be considerate, like David. Right? David had a victory. He killed the Philistines. And then he had another battle coming up, but instead of just going and fighting, right? Because he had a victory here. He just killed some Philistines. So no brainer, why not? Just fight the Philistines again. Now, of course I'll have victory because I had victory here. No, he says, he won this battle and he asked God, should I go? He said yes. And he won the battle. And then instead of just continuing to fight, he said, should I go here too? He's asking again. He's checking in frequently with God. Everything he does, he's considerate of whether it's God's will or not. Yeah, he's willing to not fight them, even though he has the ability to. He feels like he can. He thinks he can. He has the strength to. He has the men. He's got the track record. He's got everything. That's nothing should be able to stop him, but he lets God stop him, if he will, right? Depending on what his will is. What is his will? Let's ask. Let's engage God. Turn your face to God, your eyes to God, your heart to God. God, yeah, talk to God. Is it your will? Should I? And then when he says yes, then let's go because he said yes. Then you'll have victory. So Asahel, he just went. And so we're in danger of doing that if we are not checking in with God, if we are not considerate of God. What's his plan? What's his desire? Does this please him? It's not just about do you have the strength? No, but that can oftentimes carry us away, right, into pride, into trouble, because, yeah, so, the poor, I don't have the money, I don't have the means. They're going to be praying, God, help me, this is impossible, help me. And then when God blesses them with finances, God blesses them with wisdom and means, and now what happened? What happened to that prayerful person? He used to pray all the time. Oh, now he's got money. Now he thinks he doesn't need God. And so God shows us these pictures of these people and these possibilities. And it's a warning for us. Look at their end. Look, I let them do that. Don't you be like that. That's possible. And so before you go off into that, so we have the guy who's praying in Proverbs, I think. Yeah, he says, don't make me too rich. Don't make me too poor, God. Give me what I need to need you. So that's critical. We want to be in the right position. We want to be the kind of people, have the character that even when God blesses us, we're still faithful. Yeah, you could say all kinds of things, believe all kinds of things. Oh yeah, no, I won't do that. I won't be like that. But God is showing us, look how easily you get caught up in that. Don't take that for granted. Don't think that it's that easy. Don't think that, oh yeah, don't just assume. Look at how many people fall into this trap. Look at what this does. So consider what you need now, right? Before you get the blessing, before you get the riches. What kind of person are you? And the great hope is that we can change. God makes that available to us. Oh, I will change you so that when I bless you, you don't become like one of them. But ask. Ask me to change you. Desire that change, to be more righteous, to be a righteous person, to have that strength of character that isn't so easily tempted and goes away. Yeah, you can ask, and God will develop you, strengthen you, give you dreams, and speak to you, and sharpen you through your brothers, and give you circumstances and scenarios that, maybe simulations or smaller tests so that you can fail at smaller levels and repent and learn. But you need to apply yourself. You need to participate. You need to care. You need to see, oh, that is something I'm dealing with. That is something I desire. I want to be a perfect man. I want to be perfect in all my ways. And only with that aim, with that goal, as you're looking toward that, as you know that's where I'm supposed to be, then when something happens and it exposes a part of you, and it shows, oh, there's a gap, right? This is a weakness. This is a flaw. This is preventing me, hindering me from being that over there. Yeah, it's your desire, it's your aim, your agreement with God, having the mind of Christ that lets you see that as that. Let's deal with this. Oh, this is work. This is opportunity. This is my mission. This is my responsibility today. Yeah, you're going to pray to God, help me, Lord, look, I put this before you, my weakness here, so that you're working with it to get there, right? So you need to mark a destination on your GPS, on your map, and then the program, the app will guide you. Oh, if you want to go there, then you take a left here, a right here, and then take a U-turn, take a right turn. It's going to tell you, but if you don't put in the destination, it's not going to give you directions. You won't know where to go. You won't know, it's an intersection. Do I take a left or do I take a right? There's no answer because you haven't told it where you want to go. Right? What's the goal? What's the vision? What's the destination? You don't have that, then, take a left, take a right, or go straight. I don't know, or maybe go backwards. It all depends on where you're trying to get to. So if we don't have that, right, we're trying to understand where God wants us to be, who God wants us to be. If we don't have that, then we're not going to understand our situation, our scenario. Why am I going through this? Why is this person so offensive? And why did I meet another person here who's offensive in the same way? Well, God's aiming at something. He's carving out something. He's very intentional, very specific with each person, with me in my ways, with that person in their ways. He's cutting off a specific branch, a specific excess, something that doesn't belong. He's shaping us according to how he finds us, right? Oh, you've had too much of that in the world. Let's work on that. Let's get this grade of sandpaper. Ow, ow, ow. Thank you, God. Yeah, who can say thank you? Wait, that's painful. You should be bitter. You should be complaining. You should be angry. No, because when you are doing a work and you understand the project, then you're going to not really complain, understand and appreciate the process. So if this was a wooden cup, right, and I'm in the process of making it and I want it to be smooth, right, it's wood. Oh, that's wood? It looks like porcelain. No, I polished it. I know, right? I polished it so fine it looks like porcelain. Whoa, that's some work there. How'd you do that? I took this grade of sandpaper and I just ground it down. You got to rub it hard in the beginning. There's a lot of grit, a lot of friction, and a lot of that rough edge is going to come off. The shavings are going to come off. You're sharpening it in a way. And then when it's well and done, you change it out to a lower grade sandpaper. Yep, still polishing it. Yeah, and you're not complaining. You're not saying it's hard. You're not saying, oh, it's so abrasive. No, you just, look at that. Look at that. It's coming out. It's coming out. Look at that. We're coming along. Okay, now this side. That's us, right? God is doing that to us. And so if we know and have the vision, oh, God is making me into a beautiful, beautiful what? Right? But if you know, then you're going to say, thank you. Oh, what a rough day today. Oh, man. And that took everything out of me. Thank you. I know. So the ungodly, the unbelievers, they don't understand. They don't have a vision. They don't know. They don't understand their present. They don't understand the future, where they're going, the process. They don't have hope. No, but we understand the process, the plan, the design, the instruction, the future, and then the future steps after that, what he's making us into, so that he can make us into, what? I know he's taking us from here to here, and then from here to here. And in each stage and each step of the process, ow, thank you, God. Not always, it's not always going to hurt, but when it does, yeah, you'll understand, oh, this is part of it, here we go. Yeah, when David was being cursed by Shimei, that he was rocks and sand, dust being thrown, and Shimei is not giving up. He didn't just throw it one time. He's persistent. He's nagging. He's grating on these people. He's going on the side of the hill, throwing the rock. Oh, are you going that way? Let me follow, and let me throw some more rocks. Let me throw some more rocks, more insults, more cursing, harassment. Yeah, you bloody man, you're a bloody man. You thought you were better than Saul? You're not better than Saul. Who do you think you are? What kind of man are you? And the people that are around you, you guys are all losers. Look at you now. Where are you going? Huh? You got anything to say? Check the scoreboard. Look, you're losing. You're losing, man. You're gone. You're out. What a shame. What a shame. You thought you were all that. He continues. Man, when's he going to stop? And so much, the people that are with him, they suggest, let me cut off his head. I can cut off his head. Let me cut off his head. And David says, no. David doesn't just see Shimei and the cursing and the evil and his feelings. No, he sees how God works, the ways of God. I could be blessed for this. He sees a blessing in it. Yeah, God, it's possible God could requite me. God could recompense me, reward, good, a blessing for this. There's a blessing in here. What? How do you see that? I just want to end the situation. I just want to shut him up. Turn it off. Right? Turn it off. Let's do something with our might. I have strength. I can cut off his head. I have a sword. I have muscles. I can do it. Yeah, Asahel said, I can do it. And David said, wait, but how does God work? And what are the laws of God? How does it work? And so Asahel is not going to control himself. I have power, let me use it. Oh, you're dead. Your blood is on the ground. Because that's not how it works. There's other laws. It's not just strength and might. I can, okay, you can, but what else? What else? You can, but God also can. No, it's just me. Right? I can. I'm better than him. I'm more powerful than him. Therefore, yeah, you're stronger than him in this sense, and consider other things. No, oh, Asahel, you're gone. Oh, there he goes. That's what he does. Yeah. Oh, he's dead. Oh, that was the end. Man, I didn't think that would happen. He's so fast. He's really fast. I mean, who can, I thought he'd be able to dodge that. Yeah, but he's a fool. You're fast. So you can kill these people that are not as fast as you. And that person, he's not as fast as you. But Abner, yeah, he's not as fast as you, but what? So what? You're supposed to kill Abner. He's not as fast as you. Oh, he didn't consider some other things. Yeah, Abner, he didn't even have to turn around. He didn't even have to use the sharp end of his spear. Right? Asahel did not see it coming because he's not wise. He doesn't see things. You got to be able to see things you can't see. The wise can see. So Abner, he doesn't even have to turn around and look at Asahel. He doesn't have to turn his body, turn his head, and turn his weapon. No, he just gives Asahel a warning. Hey, you don't want this. You don't want to continue in the direction you're going. Listen to me. I'm wiser than you, and I'm giving you some words of wisdom right now. Do you have the ears, maybe the years too, but the ears to Hear the wisdom that I'm not speaking to try to defend myself right now, Asahel. Do you hear me? Oh, I hear him still running. Let me stop. Let me hold my weapon very firmly, stick it out behind me, and yeah, that the back end of his weapon went through Asahel. His own speed killed him. He killed himself by his own speed, by his own aggressiveness and foolishness, hastiness. It killed him. Yeah, he thought it was his strength to be so fast. I can think, I can do, I can go, I can move, and bam, that very thing killed him. Yeah, because he thought it was all him. And I'm going to get a lot of glory from killing Abner too. But nope, that's not how it turned out. Because yeah, your strength, you got to find it in God. Find your strength in God. Conferring with him, getting counsel from him, depending on him, even if you're strong, no matter how strong you are. So Samson learned that too. I can do it. I can. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, you don't depend on God. No, you got your strength from God. Remember that. I know it could be resident in you. It could be in you. But it's from God. God can give. God can take away. He has mercy on whom he will. And Samson, you're confused right now. You lost your eyes. You're blind. You can't see because you weren't seeing God. You lost your mind. You lost your eyes. You lost your strength. You lose if you don't put it in the service to God. If you're serving yourself, let me get that back. Because that's not what your mind is for. That's not what your eyes are for. That's not what the strength is for. So, he lost it. He got it back when he turned himself back to God. God answered. God answered quickly, speedily. Yeah, and he was able to kill more Philistines in his death in that moment. That God restored him, replenished him, more than in his whole life. In this one moment, here you go, you're back in. You're back in, Samson. Yeah, so he turned himself back to God. Asahel, he didn't get that chance. He was so fast that he died right away, right then and there. And so we don't want our own strengths to kill us, our own mind to kill us, your own thoughts about Nadab and Abihu. No, and you're dead. Yeah, but what about God? Not just what I think is what I should, and consider God. And what about God? Although I think, what does God think? Although I don't want to, nevertheless, the will of God. It has to end with God. You can start with your thoughts, but submit them to God. Don't run with your thoughts. Run to God with your thoughts. You can have thoughts. It's okay to have thoughts. Bring it to God, though. Don't bring it to your enemy. Bring it to God first, and then he'll say, that's good. Go ahead and do that, David. Go fight the Philistines. You want to fight? You're wondering whether that's a good idea? Stamp of approval. Go ahead. Yeah, and then when he goes again, good thing he asked, because God says, oh, this time I want to do it this way. I'm glad you asked. Let's add the mulberry trees to it. Yeah, let me go forward and let me give you the ears to hear, the eyes to see, the mind to understand. When there's a going in the mulberry trees, that's me. Right? Understand? Oh, okay. So that'll be you. That's the sign. All right, now it's time to go. Yeah, he knew when. He got the timing. He got the instruction. So that he doesn't have to go when the fire falls from heaven, when the angels start striking. He doesn't have to be in the midst of it. No, he knows how to be out of danger, out of trouble. Oh yeah, the Lord's going to go first, and then we're going to go. There we go. Oh, another victory. Because we did it God's way. Because we consulted with God. Strength is not in me. My strength is from God. It's all God, for God, the glory of God, God first. So whether you glory, whether you confer with him, consult with him before during, and after. It's always going to have to be God. Your heart, your mind on God. This is for God. As you're slaying your enemies, sing to God. As you get the victory, thank God. As you prepare for the next battle, ask God. It's not too much. So, Abner, he also died. Abner died later. Abner died because he's not considering God as he's ruling this kingdom. Yes, Abner, you too have power and wisdom, but how are you going to use it? You're going to abuse it because you know the kingdom should go to David, but you're not giving it over. What are you doing? What's going on in your mind, in your heart? He doesn't consider, he doesn't want to let it go. So, how does he die? How does Abner die? It seems like Abner's going to prosper. It seems like, oh, finally, yes, you realize that it belongs to David. You're going to give it to David. He didn't get there by consulting God. He got there by offense, by, again, self-glory. He got offended. Ishbosheth, his king, said, hey, did you sleep with this woman? And he got offended. What? You know all that I do for you? And you're going to accuse, forget you. I'm going to give this whole thing to David. So that wasn't because of his love for God. That was his love for himself. And so God saw that. So Abner's going to go. It seems like this is going to work out. Shake hands with David. Yes, we're doing politics. Yes, it should all work out. We've sealed the deal. We've signed it in writing. It's going to be transferred over. Everything's in process. It's going to be back to how God wanted it to be. I am in the will of God. I am doing the will of God. No, you're not, Abner. You are, but your heart's not in the right place. So because you wanted to ignore for all these years that it should have been given to David long before, and you were just enjoying being in power, and despite the will of God. So now when he's about to join forces with David, be on the right side, God's not going to let him. Joab is going to come and say, oh, Abner, he just came and left? Just now? Yeah, Joab is going to catch up to Abner. Oh, he killed my family. He killed my family. And Joab is going to come and greet him at the gate. Say, Abner. Yeah, and Abner is going to let him close. Let him come at a close distance. Abner's going to say, oh, Joab, hi. Yes, we're friends now. It's not going to come to his mind. The consideration is not going to be there. God's going to take it from him. God's going to take wisdom from Abner to say, wait. You just killed that relative, and that made him very upset. Maybe you should be more careful. Maybe he has other motives. No, I've given it all over to David, and now, we're on good terms. Hi, Joab. Oh, yeah, he's going to die. He didn't have to die. He's very skilled in war. He let down his guard. And he had every reason to not let down his guard. But God took the reason from him. Oh, that's a very simple consideration. That's something that wasn't hard to know. He already knew Asahel and Joab, they're related. And no, that didn't come to his mind to defend yourself. Hey, make sure that he's good with you. Nope. God took it from him. So he's just going to say, oh, yeah, Joab, you want a hug? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know how he died or what. It doesn't describe. Like when Joab killed Amasa, he pretended like the sword came out. But with Abner, it doesn't really say. It just says he struck him under the 5th rib. So, yeah, it seems like there was no real fight. So Abner let down his guard, it sounds like. So we have that. The death of Asahel, the death of Abner. And then we have Ahithophel versus Hushai. Ahithophel, his counsel was like the oracles of God. Yeah, just ask Ahithophel. You have a question? Ask him. He's going to give you the instruction that's going to work out. Oh man, that really worked. Yeah, Ahithophel, what should we do? Sleep with all these women. Yeah, it's going to make It's going to seal the deal. It's going to let people know I'm serious. Really? I mean, who would have thought of that? Wow. And then set it up in the rooftop so everyone can see, wow, that's very elaborate, very specific. Oh, he knows what he's talking about. He's not uncertain. He doesn't give generic advice. No, he's like, let me, you should do this. You should do this. Yeah, he's very wise. Oh, and it worked out. Man, that really had the intended effect. So, yeah, why does he lose though? How does Hushai win out? Yeah, because Hushai is with God. He's in the will of God. He's on God's side. Ahithophel, he was serving David too, but he didn't regard that. Wait, David is supposed to be king. Who's this Absalom guy? You know that's not the will of God? So Ahithophel, as wise as he is, how does he not consider that? So that's wisdom with a big gaping hole in it. We want perfect wisdom. We want the wisdom that comes from God, operates by the will of God, and ends up back in God. That ends up serving God, glorifying God. That brings you and yourself safely back into God's arms. You want to go in and out. Right? Do the will of God. Come back. As God goes for you and returns to Israel, you want to end up with God. No, Ahithophel, he's got power too, just like Asahel. He's got wisdom. He's going to exercise it unto his death. So if we don't use our strengths, use our life, our breath, our words, our mind, our emotion, our day, everything, if we don't utilize it for the right reason, which is God, unto service to God, you're going to lose it. It's going to kill you. So that's what we see with Ahithophel. So Absalom got the counsel from Ahithophel. Good counsel. Strategic. Just go and kill him right now. With a few men, go kill David right now. And instead of going with that, Absalom says, wait, let's also hear Hushai. Oh man. No, just go now. If he took Ahithophel's advice, he could have done and succeeded and prospered in what he was set out to do. But Hushai is on God's side, so you know what happens. You know what happens then. If you're on God's side, if you work for God, then no matter how wise Ahithophel is, no matter how much support Absalom has, if God is with you, then God's hand is on you. So not only is Hushai's answer very wise to convince Absalom to stroke his pride and to persuade him to go with Hushai, God's hand is all over this. God's hand is over Absalom. God's hand is on him to turn his head to Hushai, in his heart to believe Hushai, to ask Hushai. God's hand is on Ahithophel so that he doesn't speak up, he doesn't interrupt, he doesn't say another word. God's hand is on Ahithophel to just crush his heart, make him discouraged, make him not believe that it's going to work out, make him go home and hang himself. God's hand is on Ahithophel, God's hand is on Absalom, God's hand is making Hushai release all this beautiful counsel and all these the flourish of his words to bring all the nation of Israel. God's hand is on all Israel to agree and to go to gather up and to slow them down so that David can escape, so that David has time to retreat and gather his men and to receive this communication from the spies that report to David. God's hand is on all this so that the sons of Zadok, when they go and report this to David, they don't get caught, they're hidden. All this happens at any point. Naturally, these things could fail. There's so many points where it could be interrupted, where it could fail. The message could have not gone through. They could have gotten caught. David could not catch wind of it. Hushai, it doesn't convince Absalom. Hushai trips up, or he has a little bit of nervousness that gives him away. Right? He had to have total composure and poise when he says, when Absalom asks Hushai of his loyalty, why are you serving me? Why don't you follow David? Right? And he's able to say, without hesitation or fear, oh, well, I served your father. Why should I not serve his son? Yeah, and all of Israel, well, I'm here. I'm here to serve you. Right? No, he could hesitate. Yeah, I'm for you, Absalom. I'm loyal to you. Yes. Yeah, he could be very fearful. Oh, I'm here. I'm totally on your side. Yes, I am. Oh, why are you sweating so much, Hushai? Is it hot? Is it just me? Or is it really hot here? And why is it so hard to breathe? Anyways, do you need some counsel? Do you need some advice, Absalom? I'm all for you. Yeah, Absalom could have been like, hey, I don't trust you. Something's fishy. Something's off. No, but he's on God's side. So God's got him. It's the hand of God. It's not just Hushai's strength and wisdom. It's not just what he has. It's God with him. So that's why you want to go with God, be with God on his side, and do by his counsel, by his permission, by the will of God. Consider your steps everywhere you go, everything you do, everything you say, all the works of your hands, all the decision of your feet with God. Is this what we're doing, God? Is this what we're doing? Is this what you're saying? That's what Jesus demonstrated. Right? Jesus was healing all diseases with miraculous power. And people were in awe. Jesus was raising people from the dead. He was doing that in agreement with God. And so that's possible in our lives too. Today, we can walk in that miraculous power as we walk with God. With God. You can run off in the middle of the process because you get excited because of what God has given you, the wisdom, the power, but you're going to end up as Asahel. You're going to end up as Ahithophel if you don't remain in God's will, in God's hand. If you don't dwell in God, live in God, you can't go out at any point. You can't venture off. No, this whole thing, it has to be in agreement with God because God said so, because God wills, because it pleases him, because it's the will of God, the plan of God. So that's why we strive and make every effort every day to align ourselves, our mind, our heart, our motivations, every secret thing to clear out, make sure there's no other hidden objective or motive or idol in there so that we can be fully God working through us, fully a pure, clean, right representative of God on earth so that we're doing what God is really wanting to do on the earth. And that's marvelous. That's great. That prospers and has a good end. So we want to be fully committed, fully surrendered to God today so that we can be that tomorrow, and tomorrow so that we can be that the day after. Wholly given to God. Yeah, God, just like God was with Abraham, with Moses, he held them up as an example to all the people. Look, I'm this close to these people, to Daniel, to Noah, wise people who are wise because of their relationship with God. And so we want to respect that, recognize that, and apply that into our lives. Consider what that means in my life and what I ought to do, what manner of man I ought to be, how I should spend today, this day, what I should do with these lips, with these ears, with these eyes, with these hands, with this life, with this body. God has given me charge and responsibility for what I do with me here. He's given me power and breath and a mind to consider, to give it all back to God, to worship God, to sacrifice unto God, to be a living sacrifice, a pleasing sacrifice unto God. Be wholly given today to God in Jesus' name.